When emails are shared by legal representation of developers with everyone on this committee, with the exception of the school board, it is inappropriate.
And Flagler County School Board member Colleen Conklin says this isn't the first time it happened. It's just another sign of rising tensions between the school board, the county, and developers as they battle over impact fees, or fees paid by developers to fund new school construction, and whether school enrollment is growing at the rate the district contends. Conklin called for a new interlocal agreement to be passed without any further outside influence.
We have said repeatedly we want to be a part of the solution. We're not looking to be a problem child in the conversation. But the emails have got to stop. The counsel from outside, that is not the counsel of each of our entities, has got to stop. It is not appropriate. It is not fair, and it's unprofessional.
Jeff Douglas of Douglas Property and Development responded to Conklin's comments on WNZF's Free for All Friday.
We had Colleen Conklin, a board member, stand up and make a charade at the end, and it's unfortunate, but I want to say the undertones for the conduct, and it's about divisiveness. How many people have heard or believe that builders and developers don't pay their fair share? Now ask yourself, where did you hear this and why do you believe that?
Douglas says builders paid impact fees even amid the economic downturn.
We kept paying them when they shouldn't have been collecting them. That's not even an argument. So we kept paying them. You have $30 million in cash. You have $10, $15 million sitting in real estate you refuse to sell. And now you say we have an emergency. We don't have enough school seats. Why didn't you build a school? Build a school. Build it now. But they're not going to start one for 3 years so they can keep it in emergency status. So that's what we're saying. You villainize part of the community that was actually paying you. You have this cash hoard. Go build your school.
He further adds developers should be part of the process and the discussion.
Don't deny us access and representation. You know, that's all we want. We want to stand before the school board. The community wants to stand there and be represented, and we have every right to. Do not cut us off. We just want a seat at the table. We were denied one on the ILA committee.
The Flagler County Commission agreed to extend the deadline to develop a new interlocal agreement. That date is now November 9th. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
It's primary day in Flagler County.
Polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., and we need about 10,000 people to vote. So don't skip this primary. It's really important. Even if you don't have a party affiliation, get out and vote for your county commission and school board. And if you live in the city of Palm Coast, you can vote for your next city council person.
Flagler County Supervisor of Elections Katie Lenhart is hoping for a large in-person turnout today at the polls, since she says early voting numbers weren't strong.
Early voting was average. It wasn't great, but it was a little bit more than we had in the 2018 midterm for early voting, so that's a good sign, but it's still not where we need to be. So if you haven't voted early, you need to vote today, Election Day, in your assigned precinct.
Election returns live tonight at 7 o'clock right here on WNZF. Work is underway on the splash pad at Holland Park in Palm Coast.
The splash pad was closed in the fall of 2021 due to safety hazards. Director of Communications and Marketing Brittany Kershaw says workers are now removing the poured-in-place service material.
This is part of our process to better understand the potential failures and damages to the splash pad so that the extent of the needed repairs can be determined. We are doing this extensive and thorough assessment while all parties involved in the design and construction of the splash pad are working through mediation to determine the responsible party and next steps to fix the splash pad.
Kershaw says officials recognize the inconvenience to families resulting from the closure.
In the meantime, Holland Park is open for all other recreational activities. This includes the playground, sports fields, dog park, tennis and pickleball courts, the covered pavilion, shuffleboard and bocce ball courts, sand volleyball, basketball, and more.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
The Flagler County Sheriff Perry Hull Inmate Detention Center receives an award.
National recognition goes to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility for implementing inmate rehabilitation and skill-building programs designed to give inmates the job skills and health treatments they need to become successful citizens of the community instead of returning to jail. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
I'm very proud of our detention services team that was awarded the Innovation Award from the National Institute for Jail Operations. the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility received this award for the many programs that have been implemented since 2017 that try to help our inmates become productive citizens. This is a very sought-after recognition, and I'm very proud of Chief Ingert and the team at the jail that worked so hard to help our inmates become productive citizens.
The National Institute for Jail Operations Award goes to the detention facility, which demonstrates exceptional achievement in developing or enhancing a particular aspect or feature in the facility or its operations. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
How do you achieve a high success rate with students who have dropped out of high school?
Brian Willard, the program manager for Flagler Road to Success, says you do it by exposing students to anything and everything.
It's a 6-month program. A lot of our students graduate within 3 or 6 months with their GED and going into college, going into the military. Right now we're sitting at a 97% success rate.
Willard said they focus not only on education, but community business, domestic violence prevention, and anything that will make students successful in life. Flagler Health Matters is on WNZF at 11:30 Saturday mornings and on the Flagler radio app anytime. Tomorrow, Allie talks about her success. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.